Hey, what's up, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of Crit One and Done's Talking Crit series. I'm Chris. You might know me as the most recent DM of our campaign that just finished, the Thieves Gambit. So thank you to everybody that tuned into that. And if you haven't, all the episodes are up on our YouTube, and you could also watch some of the clips on Twitch. So if you haven't joined us before for Talking Crit, this is our conversation series where we sit down with fellow TTRPG players, game masters, content creators. We get to know them, learn from them, and see what they have going on in the community. And just wanted to do a quick shout out to all our sponsors. First up, of course, we have Legendary Realms Terrain. You can check them out on either the Instagram or their website, lrterrain.com. They specialize in hand-painted 3D terrain. And you'll get 10% off your order if you use our discount code CRIT1ANDDONE. Also, don't forget to check out our other sponsor, WizardWorks, Dylan. He makes some awesome D&D accessories, everything from custom-made rugs, tabletop TV boards, dice holders. Again, use our discount code CRIT1ANDDONE. You get 10% off your order. And then last but not least, our newest sponsor, Designs by Moonshine. She's a custom dice maker over in Australia. Makes some really awesome sets, can completely tweak and customize what you're looking to have done. And use our code CRIT1ANDDONE10, and you get 10% off your order. So enough of that. Just kidding. Thank you for everybody. And for tonight's guest, we actually got to meet him in person back in March of this year at the Long Island Tabletop Expo. This is Drew from TeamDrewsBasement. Let's bring him on. What's up, Drew?
What's up? What's up? Thanks for having me on, man.
Oh, absolutely. Let me just close this out. There we go.
Yes, sir.
All right. So, great to have you with us, and we're looking forward to this conversation. I say we, it's just me sitting here.
Well, I assumed you meant both of us. So
Yes. And the guys as part of the team. Now, the first thing I'm going to ask you about, and before I dive into the more general questions of who the hell are you, what the hell do you do, what you got going on, I mentioned we met you in person back at the Long Island Tabletop Expo. And I distinctly remember rounding the corner of that part of the museum and seeing all the live play sessions going on, and everything looked dope as hell, but you drew our attention immediately. And I think you know what I'm talking about. For those of you who were not there, I actually have a picture of this.
Oh,
So there's Drew at his table at the Long Island Tabletop Expo.
What is it? The picture with all the Diablo terrain on it and everything?
Yes. I don't know if you were able to see that, but it's off your Instagram. I stole it from there. Sorry.
Oh man, nah, it's all good. It's all good.
But yes, so we know that you're partnered up and buddies with Mike over at Weather Dragon, correct?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. He's coming back to Long Island Tabletop again this year.
I saw.
I'm going to be running on his table again.
So awesome. I know in conversation with you, I mentioned that I'm going to try to hopefully get a spot at that table. I'd really like to play with you guys. Be freaking sick.
Yeah, listen, it's not even an ego thing. I think I mentioned this to you when talking on Instagram. It's with my tables, when it goes, I'll message you guys when everything goes live, or if you're paying attention when it goes live.
Mm-hmm.
I usually book out in 45 minutes. Every single session is filled.
Yeah.
Get on it right away, and
definitely,
I got really cool stuff happening this year.
Yeah, and it's not even the table. Just in having conversation with you, learning about you, and just seeing what you had going on. You seem like you know what you're doing, and that's
the illusion.
Yeah, at least that's what we like to all think of ourselves when we DM, right?
I have no script to DM. I have no idea what I'm doing. I just make it up as I go, and sometimes it works out.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, so just wanted to ask in general, how did you meet Mike? How did that all happen?
So I decided to do this whole nerd thing online a few years ago. I've been doing it obviously a very long time, but I was like, I'll just start posting online, and I met a couple of cool dudes. You might have met them online too, Heroes of Evermore.
Yeah, I heard of it.
And the Forever DM. Nice dudes.
Mm-hmm.
They decided to put on their first convention last year, Mysticon, and I flew out to California for the first one, and Mike happened to be there with his table with Todd Stashwick, the actor. and I wound up meeting them at the hotel I was staying at, and we all met for dinner. Me, Mike, Todd Stashwick, Todd's wife, James at Tabletop Misfits, and me and Mike just immediately kind of hit it off because we're very similar in like personality. Like we're laid back, we're chill, we're into like building stuff with our hands, and we both been doing D&D a while. And at Mysticon, he and I just really just chopped it up and started talking a lot, and we've just been in contact ever since. And then last year I was like, hey, dude, like we're going to be doing Long Island Tabletop. If you want to come bring your table, whatever, and show it off and, maybe get a vendor spot. And he was like, yeah, it's a drive for me, so I'll do it. And we've just been tight ever since. And it's been cool. He's a really, really nice dude, and his tables are beautiful.
Oh yeah, we got to talking to him at the convention. We were we were saying you definitely aspire to get up to that level, at least physically. In terms of our setup. Right now we're playing on a I call it the beer pong folding table.
Hey man, it's all good.
But you know what? It's fancy. We got a nice tablecloth on it. We put our battle mats down. We got the whole setup going.
There's nothing wrong with that, man. Nothing wrong with that.
We
I
can't.
have a spoiler for you.
Oh yeah.
He's bringing 2 tables this year.
Wow.
One is the big one that I'm going to run on, like last year.
Yeah.
And then he's also started making wargaming tables that are 6 foot by 4 foot.
Okay.
And much more affordable. In terms of like the base price is like somewhere in like the 3,000s as opposed to like 10,000.
Yeah.
And they're 6 foot by 4 foot, just as beautiful, could be used perfectly for the same exact thing. It's just not that crazy, immersive one that you see at the
yeah. Does it still have like the what's the word I'm looking for? The like the middle section, you know what I'm talking about?
Like the recess section.
Recess section, yes.
Yeah, it has that with the neoprene pad, and you can put the top on it and stuff. He's going to bring that one this year. He's going to display that one in his booth. And right now I'm talking to him. I'm actually going to do a whole display in the table for him with Warhammer.
Oh, dope.
And then I'm going to be running on the table in the RPG space again this year. So
cool.
Is it going to be? He's bringing both, and he might be leaving one at my house. So we'll see what happens.
Nice. That's sick.
Yeah, we were just talking about it today. So
cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we're definitely looking forward to coming back to the convention. The second, we went to the convention this year, it's our first one. We're like, it's local. How can we not go every year?
It's a good one.
It's a good one. Met a lot of people.
And it's a lot of fun too. Like it's gear. Like if you're a TTRPG, like it has some miniature stuff and like obviously plenty of board game stuff, playing card stuff, but it's one of the few conventions I've been to that touts itself as a TTRPG convention that actually has a lot of tables of TTRPG.
Yeah, definitely.
Like a lot of them, you're like, there's like, oh, TTRPG convention. There's like 10 tables and it's near impossible to get in a game. Here, I mean, listen, there's wait lists for games and everything, but there's so many tables that usually you can get into something.
Yeah.
So it's a good size convention for what it does.
Yeah, I mean, being first time convention goers, we didn't really know how it operated. We didn't know what to expect. We didn't do a lot of research. I'll be honest, all of us are super into this community. We I don't know if you saw or know the guys from Hit Point. It's that card game. Yeah, so I know my buddies Mike, Austin, and Matt got a little more involved with them because like I said, I just got done DMing. So I feel like as a first-time DM, I had a lot of time spent, prepping for sessions and maybe overthinking things too much. But I didn't have a lot of spare time to get involved in anything else. But I know they kind of got involved with Hit Point and played a couple games with them. They really enjoyed it. But the point I'm trying to make is there's so much stuff out there that I wish I had the time to get involved in.
Yeah, definitely.
But I definitely respect it. I'm interested in it. But, maybe when I could free up some time, I would start delving into some other things besides just D&D,
Oh, listen, when did you guys, I'm going to interview you back now.
Yeah,
when did you guys start,
no
questions. When did you really get into D&D? Was it COVID time or?
No, so basically, just to give a quick summary, always been into fantasy stuff, sci-fi, nerdy crap. And way back when, probably high school-ish times, had a buddy that was into D&D. He basically asked us, my buddy who said, hey, I got a friend that, plays Dungeons and Dragons. You ever hear of it? I was like, yeah, I've heard of it. Don't really know what it is. Oh, you want to try it out? Sure. So we all tried it out, but it was more like an excuse to just start drinking. And we weren't paying attention. We were goofing around, This was probably when I was I don't know, 18, 19. So didn't stick, whatever. Fast forward to about 2 years ago.
Yeah.
Um, my next door neighbor, Mike, who's in our group, we are all obsessed with Baldur's Gate 3, the video game.
Yep.
And he said, "Hey, I got a buddy, Austin, who's now part of the group, who plays D&D with another group of friends, and he wanted to know if we wanted to start our own group. Like, are you interested?" I was like, "Fuck yeah, I'm interested." Like, because at this point now, like, I know about it. I kind of familiar with the rule system, like super into BG3, And so as of about 2 years ago is when we got into it. So we're still fairly friggin' new to all of this.
No, that's awesome. Just just do yourself a favor, because I mean, I see you guys doing the streaming and everything,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm sure you already know this, but I'm just going to say it out loud for anybody watching too. Never forget that 18-year-old getting together, laughing, drinking, not really paying attention aspect of it, because I've been running it for so long, and that's the only aspect that matters at this point. Like, I used to stream and everything, but now, like, it's really just great to just get together with friends and tell that story still, and like have those moments and be like young kids again.
Yeah,
So
yeah. Oh, I lost you, Drew. What happened?
weird.
Oh, that was weird. You
All right.
popped out for a second.
Well, either way, you guys are doing great stuff, and it's really cool. I'm just saying, always remember like that fun side of it, because that's the part you're always going to want to go back to. It's really great. So,
Oh, hell yeah, hell yeah.
so no, that's awesome that you're back on it. It's like a drug.
Yeah. I mean, we started basically about 2 years ago, where Mike was our first DM. We literally started with you know pencil and paper kind of stuff. Didn't have any
Mm-hmm.
miniatures. Didn't stream, obviously.
Yep.
And then maybe halfway through his campaign, his brother Matt, also part of our group, said, "What do you guys think about getting into streaming, like Critical Role type shit?" And it was like, well, I'm definitely not aspiring to be like Critical Role, because I don't think that'll ever happen. Nor do I want to quit my job and do this full time. But
No, that's lightning in a bottle, man. No one's ever
yeah,
going to get
yeah.
that again.
So, but I thought it was a cool concept, and this
Yeah.
is what we're doing right now. So
Yeah, I mean, when I was streaming it, I always went in it with the opinion of I'll stream to nobody. Like, I'm just having fun. If somebody catches on and likes it, cool. And
that's
and it
that's the
lasted
way
a
we
while.
feel. Yeah,
Yeah, and it's super fun to do it. Like, especially when you get like, if you just get that handful of people who chime in every week or every time you play, like, it's totally fun.
exactly. We got like a handful of fans, family and friends that support us. We
Yeah,
don't we don't usually get a ton of people like in the stream itself, but we'll get a lot of views like after the fact. But as
yeah,
long as we're
I'm an
getting our
after the
content
fact
out
guy,
there.
because you guys usually stream on Fridays.
Normally Fridays, usually 9 o'clock.
Yeah,
Um,
Friday at 9 o'clock, I'm either asleep or it's like, or I finally get to see my wife for the first time during the week because we're so busy with work.
I hear you. I
So
hear you.
I'm
Yeah.
one of the after views.
Hmm. Oh, we appreciate it, man. Thank you.
No, absolutely, man. I love
Um,
I love supporting local in general, but local nerds even more.
yeah, it's just funny though, because like I haven't been involved in this stuff since 2 years ago, and had no idea like there was a community for it on Long Island.
Oh
And
yeah.
now I've been to like a couple different stores around the area. And just in general, like meeting all the people at the convention's been awesome. So
Yeah, no, it's super fun, and I can't wait to see you guys again at Lit this year,
oh
which
hell
they
yeah,
moved up to March 6th and 7th, or 7th and 8th, whatever it is. I think it's 6th
yeah,
and 7th.
yeah. I made sure
Yeah,
I'm free regardless.
yeah, I got some wild stuff planned for it this year, so I'm happy. It's
Nice.
gonna be quite an adventure.
So if we're gonna delve back into your history,
Yes.
I'm gonna ask you the very general question of how did you get involved in all this stuff way back when?
Okay, so you and I have chatted on the side, and I
Hmm.
think some of your team, quote unquote, I'll call it, or party is I've chatted with them too.
Hmm.
I've been running a homebrew campaign now for 28 years. And basically, it started when I was 14 years old. Like, very bizarre. I mean, because you've met me in person, I'm a really big dude. And I've always been a big kid, and it didn't matter. I got bullied every day,
No, I know the feeling,
mainly
man.
mainly because I was into like
Big boy
Magic the
over
Gathering.
here.
Yeah, it's like, "Grr." but Magic the Gathering, BattleTech, D&D, all that, was into all that as a kid, and I got bullied for it a lot. And at 14 years old, I was like, man, this people suck. Like, I got to find something to do that like isn't around these people. And I went to my friends Ryan and Ryan, got D&D second edition. Yeah, D&D second edition for their birthdays at 14 years old.
Nice.
And they're like, dude, like you know everything about Diablo. Like you're into like this stuff like crazy. Why don't you come, play the game with us? And the three of us tried it out. And I was like, all right, cool. And I was learning how to play riffs because my brother was playing riffs with his friends. I was like, oh, I'm going to learn how to do it too. And even though my brother would never invite me, but so I went over the house and one day they're like, hey, like, why don't you be the DM since you are into all this stuff and could probably make up a story better than we could? And I was like, all right, word. And like literally from that day on, I've been playing.
Nice. That's
And
awesome.
and my homebrew world of 28 years started in that 14-year-old like living room with those two guys. And then I would say like a year later or a couple of years later, I stopped playing with them and continued the story with another group of my best friend Adam, who I've
Okay, but it was
known
still the same setting though.
still the same setting.
Nice,
And
nice.
I've known my friend Adam since like the second grade, and he's still in the game.
That's
So like
sick.
it's really cool to have someone in it for basically its entire life.
Yeah, that is very cool.
And then it evolved into where it is today, where I streamed it for I think close to a year. We were streaming it, but things went down that I wasn't a fan of, so we ended that. And now I just run it out of my basement, and I run like choice adventures from it at Long Island Tabletop.
Nice.
Yeah. So
So I was going to say that so that when you started that back when you were 14, um, what's the whole campaign called? Does
it
it have a
doesn't really
name or?
it does it kind of has so for a while I was calling it Adventures in Ollivander because Ollivander was the world.
Mhm.
But recently oh God, I'm gonna nerd out. Is it okay if I like really nerd out here
Dude, you.
and like lore dump?
Yeah.
Okay, all right. And I don't want to take up too much of your time with my boring nerd stuff, but
No, no, I'm legit interested. I mean, 28-year campaign. We just did like a year campaign, so.
so it started in a world called Ollivander, which is where it's been for I would say like 26 or 27 of the past years
Mhm.
from its inception. And everyone where they explored every part of their world, there was a floating city called the Silver City that basically it would teleport like almost like angelic heroes down. You had obviously the hells of Ollivander where demons were coming up because I do a very like angelic demon like grim dark kind of setting in this world.
Okay.
And eventually that went all the way around. It circles around a lady named Panzuzu, whose mini I'm currently painting.
Dude,
She's
it's sick.
she's mid paint. She's got a
Nice.
lot longer to go. But
That mini actually looks similar in configuration to one I did for the last boss of my campaign.
yeah. Anything with wings is
Yeah.
usually good.
Yeah.
But she so there's like a whole big thing where she was part of the children of creation. She got stolen by the original evil who turned her into like the mother of demons and the queen of hell. And that developed and like she tried to attack the world and like as the years went on, like that went on back and forth. They defeated her and they actually found out that they couldn't completely kill her, so they locked her soul in a crystal.
So
And
28 years later.
wait, and now I would say it was probably like the 24, 25 year mark, or whenever we started doing fifth edition. Um, the opening adventure was they went to the halls of the Mad King, who I actually ran that along on a tabletop. And
Mm.
short story about that, one of the guys who played in the session, the last session of that Long Island tabletop adventure, actually came and joined. He's now actually part of my home group
Nice.
because he loved it so much. He's like, dude, I got to play in your game. I'm like,
That's
okay.
cool.
Actually, true story. Two of the guys who played in those games are now part of my home group because they wanted to play so bad.
That's dope.
Um, so the group that I have finally winds up defeating the original evil. All that happens, and the world is quote unquote at peace. But what winds up happening now is we stepped into old school essentials. And what I do throughout the campaign is I refresh it like, okay, like this group's story's done, but let's move to a different part of the world and keep the story going.
Hmm.
Like, so like all like the big enemies and stuff are there, and like the guys are familiar with it. But how the like Panzuzu interacts with the new group is like completely different and like a wild experience all on its own. So now we moved on to the other world, Jalor Desh, which is two of the three planets in it, really. And that's where the group is now. They're in that new world, which is more, I would say, like World of Warcrafty, where like it has its dark spots, but there's like a lot of bright, vibrant places to be. There's huge trees, like called the Great Trees, and then there's another realm called the Realm of Shattered Skies, which is more like um, like almost like space adventure. Like I forget what it's called in D&D, but
Spelljammer or
yeah, it's more like Spelljammer style
okay,
setting where like you have like
or like
lands where the grass
Planescape-ish.
is purple, and
Hmm.
and those 3 planets right now where the group is, and I hope they're not completely listening right now, is they're in the middle of something called a convergence where all 3 planets are trying to converge into the sun. Because in
Mm,
the middle of the sun is the oldest and most violent of the gods. He's captured in it, and he's trying to break free. So
mm.
when all 3 planets converge into one, it'll break his cell, and he'll be free to like basically burn everything.
Ooh, that's not
So they just
good.
they just started figuring out that they kind of got to stop that.
Hmm.
And yeah, so it's 3 major worlds that are each like I want to eventually turn them each into like their own book,
Hmm.
but we'll see if I get around to it. I'm just enjoying running it for everybody.
So
So
all of this started when you were 14.
yeah, so the way I DM is like weird. Like, I mean, it's really weird now the way I DM. It's like unheard of, and people don't believe me when I tell them about it. But when it started, I was still kind of loose. Like, let me just make stuff up on the spot and see like what sticks, what doesn't stick. Let me see how I really like let the group write the story, so to speak,
Hmm.
by like prompting them and being reactionary and like seeing like what their character and feeling like what their characters would want to do and like building the story around that. And it's developed to the point now that even in like conventions, like I can knock over my DM screen at any time. There's nothing behind it. Like there's no
It's
notes.
blank.
There's nothing. There's literally nothing there. It's just dice,
Yeah.
and I just make it up completely as I go. And I can come up with combat encounters on the spot. I can come up with traps and everything on the spot. And they just the group just loves it because they could throw me a curveball, and I'm already moving with the curveball, and they're like,
Yeah.
"Oh shit, that was a great session." I'm like, "Ah, it's garbage." They're like, "It was the best ever." Shut up.
Yeah. You might think it, but they're loving it, which is the most important part.
Yeah, exactly. So it's been fun, and like that's how I DM now. I just kind of write the story with them, like based on whatever they're doing, as opposed to being like, okay, I've planned this session, this encounter, this magical moment, this RP
Hmm.
moment, this final combat, and then we can call it a set. Nah, I just see what happens. There's some sessions where we combat the whole time, some sessions where we RP the whole time. It just depends.
Yeah. Um, I know I mentioned this in our side conversations we had, but I think you had said you've never been a player. Is that correct?
Never. No.
Never.
So it's correct and it's incorrect at the same time.
Hmm.
I've never been a real player in a campaign or anything. I've been like a random player in like a one shot or at a convention or something where it's like,
Okay.
okay, here's a pre-med. I'll sit down and do my best. But like I've never been like a real what I consider player someone who sat down and played in multiple sessions of a game.
Yeah, like a campaign.
I've never done that.
Hmm. Yeah.
Like I've been like someone's like, hey man, I want to like perfect example. One of the guys in my group, David, he runs at Long Island Tabletop. And he's like, hey, I want to test my one shot in November. Who wants to come over? Like, I'll go play in that
Yeah.
as like a
Yeah.
one-off thing, but like it's not really like I'm not making a big character who's going to stay around or anything. Like I've
Hmm.
never done anything like that.
Yeah. No, I get it. Um, yeah, so we've only been playing for 2 years, and this is our second campaign. So, we started off. Actually, no, excuse me, it's our third. Yeah, it's our third.
Third campaign, I believe.
Um,
See, I
yeah.
pay more attention than you do.
Yeah, Mike started with his, which was like, to sum it up real quick, it was basically like, I forget the name of the city. It was mostly involved around in, but it involved some of the gods, and basically this one god that was trying to break his children free or something. I have horrible memory sometimes, but
That's okay.
we had a blast with it, obviously. And then Austin took over, and I know his campaign was set in the like the frozen north, 10 towns region.
Nice. Okay.
So we did that, and basically our last fight was against Tiamat, which was dope because I painted like a sick Tiamat miniature for that.
Nice.
Which, hold on.
Uh-oh. Gonna bust it out.
Off camera, 1 second.
Where did you get the Tiamat model is the question.
Here she is.
Oh man.
So I by no means consider myself a good painter. But I'm decently proud of the amount of detail that I was able to put into it.
No, that's awesome, dude.
And I really enjoyed the shit out of painting this thing. I know my Matt got this. I forget where, but it was pretty reasonable. I think it was like around $50.
Yeah, that's really good.
Yeah, and like I said, I enjoyed the hell out of painting this thing. So, and that last fight in that campaign was absolutely ridiculous. We had obviously our party, and then every like ally we made along the way in the campaign like showed up, and we had like an insane battle.
That's really cool. See, I like that
And
cinematic stuff.
hell yeah. And then, we know that Tiamat can't be like officially killed really. So, it's kind of a to be continued thing. Not that we're probably ever going to really continue that campaign, but we knew that Tiamat was lurking somewhere in the nether regions.
No, that's super cool, man. That's how you got to rock and roll with it.
Hell yeah. And then, now I did my campaign, which I still can't figure out where I came up with the idea of doing like a heist scenario, but that's what I wanted to roll with. And I thought it'd be cool to have like not goody two shoes characters.
Always fun.
That's why when I told the players, I was like, look, I don't care what you make, but the only requirement is that they got to be some sort of criminal.
Yeah.
It can't be like the heroic paladin or cleric. They got to be some sort of shady background, and not worried about what they're doing in their lives. Kind of just eking their existence out.
I got a player in my group right now who is so I have a custom class called the Blood Mage who uses like blood points to like modify their spells and everything by like actually spending real blood of like either their victims or their own.
That's pretty cool. So it's kind of like a little bit of a twist of like a sorcerer.
Yeah. So in OSC they're basically a magic user,
Mm-hmm.
and because for those who don't know, OSC is Old School Essentials. It's like old school D&D.
Mm-hmm.
It's like they can store up to a certain amount of blood based on their level, and like they absorb it either into their weapon or into their armor, and it allows them like at upper levels they can actually summon a blood knight, which is actually a being made of armor, and like instead of a body it's just formed out of blood. And like cool. it like serves them and stuff. And his character, he messages me after every session. He's like, I don't know what I want to do. He's like, do I go off the deep end and go real dark, or do I go good? Like, what do I do? I'm like, dude, it's completely up to you. But like his character is so morally gray that it adds that, like, while not necessarily a criminal element, it certainly gives him like that just that element of like, you guys won't do this, but I'm okay with it. And like he'll do like that heinous thing, and it's great.
Yeah.
And my friend Adam's a paladin in it, who's very much like, no, we have to do this for the right reasons. And he's like, it is the right reason, we're living. And then he kills the guy.
That's like when we were running the very first campaign, Mike's campaign. I played a cleric, Brother Biggs the Pious.
Nice.
And he wasn't so pious towards the end. I remember distinctly. Some reason I worship Agma, and we went into the Temple of Agma, and Brother Biggs was pissed off at something they were doing, and I decided to just murder kill the entire Temple of all the monks. So, so yeah, I think my alignment went a little skewed after that.
Well, our friend, my friend Adam, his paladin right now in the campaign is having big issues with his quote unquote faith and everything.
Little oathbreaker situation.
Well, his order is a little there's something going on right now. I know he's not watching. He's busy tonight. So hopefully he doesn't watch this later, or if he does, he doesn't listen to this part. Adam, spoilers. The leader of his order, so to speak, isn't actually them. It's it's like a doppelganger who's swapped out, and the matriarch of blood has the real leader captured.
Okay.
And like, so like real heinous stuff is following, but like some of the followers of his order are so like die hard that whatever this dude says, they're like, yeah, we're gonna do that. Like, we're never gonna question it. And he's kind of like, this doesn't seem right. So he has like a battle of faith going on right now. And then in the next session, they're gonna find him, which is gonna be really cool.
Nice.
Because
that's dope.
They're gonna encounter the Herald of the Blood Mother, who's gonna descend down from the rafters of a cathedral, and the cathedral's actually gonna like blow apart, but not explode. It's gonna like break apart into pieces and float in the air. And part of the combat encounters, there's gonna be portals on each brick that this thing breaks apart on, and I actually have it as a 3D model that I'm gonna put out.
Nice.
And they're gonna be ported from like different parts to different parts. And they're gonna be fighting while floating in air. It's gonna be really cool.
Nice.
Yeah. That's something I like to do. Is I really like to change up combat, because I find a lot of D&D games, no one in particular, but like I've just seen a lot of streams, it's all very much like, okay, here's the stat of the creatures, there's the block, let's do combat.
Yeah.
I like to introduce a lot of things that aren't in a stat block, so to speak. Like when the group fought Panzuzu for the first time, she had like a once per turn ability that if she hit you with it, not only did you take damage, but you were ported to a different part of the map. and in that part of the map, you had to fight whatever creature arose to, to break out and get back into the main battle. So like while the group's still battling her, she might knock, Biggs out
Hmm.
and someone else out, and there are two different parts of the map. Now they got to fight a bunch of skeletons to get back to the main fight, and port back. And just doing, I feel like little things like that really like spices up the combat and
You're
really makes
mixing it
it,
up and creating
yeah.
something unique. Yeah, definitely. I from watching other people's content and being first time DM myself and learning in general and learning from my mistakes, like I know that like I have a lot more cooler ideas for like my next campaign.
Oh
Um,
yeah,
and I definitely want to like put some spins on things. And uh, I could say with a slight spoiler alert for Mike's campaign because we haven't announced it yet, but we're going to be starting soon. We're actually doing our session 0 on Monday night. We're not
nice.
going to be streaming it, but because there's probably gonna be a lot of arguing, but
Uh oh.
because Mike is changing it up a lot, and he's kind of running what he's calling like more of a survivalist campaign. It's going to be a super harsh like planet that he's created with like a harsh environment and
Yep.
harsh situation, and we got to factor in eating and drinking and just surviving in general. And he's going to put some restrictions on magic, and it's just going to be like a completely different experience than what we've had so far. So I'm
That's
really
really
looking
cool.
forward to it, but we really said we need a session 0 to kind of make sure we all understand what we're getting into, and because who the hell wants to be arguing like on stream? You know what I mean? Like,
Right.
we
No,
want to make sure we
absolutely.
kind of understand all the rules and everything before we dive into it.
Well, that's why I like about OSC. So OSC, I mean, I do certain things as optional, like what I do, what I've actually done with all my campaigns at this point is if it's gonna like food and water and stuff like that, I don't make people track that until it matters.
Mhm.
Like I'll be like, hey, listen, like this next like length of the story, like what I have in mind, keep track of your arrows, keep track of your food, your water. Otherwise, we'll just assume you've always brought enough.
Yeah.
Because I find like it's cool to have like fireside chats every once in a while, which I do throw out there, like so the group can really interact with each other. But I find that like being like, okay, it's been 4 hours, you all got to stop and eat. It's like people are like, really? Like, I just want to continue the story. Like,
Yeah.
we worked all day. We just want to play, man.
I ate a piece of jerky while we're going to somewhere else.
Yeah, yeah. I cut off that skeleton's leg and then I bit the turkey leg. It's all the same thing. It's
Yeah.
one
Yeah.
action.
Yeah.
So like I've always done that. But
Mhm.
but like you're saying with like if I know it's gonna be a harsh environment or I know they're not gonna be able to get back to like any town for a while, I'm
Mhm.
like, okay, guys, like not spoiling, but coming up, like we're gonna keep track of food, we're gonna keep track of arrows, rations, bring tents, all stuff like that.
Mhm.
And and I find that they receive that better because like for instance, like you're saying, oh, we're gonna argue and like it's gonna be a harsh world. I feel like even just having that little like 30-second discussion of, hey, we're gonna track this because it's gonna get rough. Just prompting them with that makes it a much more smoother and agreeable experience. Like no one's like, hey man, what the F? Like, what do you mean the sun's beating down on me? I can't wear my heavy armor and like blah blah blah. Like, it's cool to like really just give them the heads up kind of.
Yeah. No, I feel you on that definitely. Um, yeah. So I mean, we're excited for that. And then I was going to ask you, you mentioned obviously being a DM for so long, or what made you really decide that's what you wanted to be doing instead of being a player?
So Um, this is true story. This is not me like saying like, "Oh, I'm the best GM ever." Every time we got a game, like 'cause for instance, like I was always running D&D, but
Hmm.
then like I would run Mecton or run Vampire the Masquerade or something like that, like in addition to it.
Hmm.
Every single time we got a new game, it was always Drew, just run the frigging game. Like you're gonna write a great story. We're gonna enjoy the story. Just you do it.
Yeah. Yeah.
And that it just kind of became expected.
Hmm.
But I have to admit, like at this point too, like even like doing like random one shots as a player, I'm like, man, I really wish I was DMing right now. Like just because I enjoy watching others have fun when it
Hmm.
comes to gaming. Like, so I do a game called Super Dungeon Explorer, which I'm currently creating an expansion to. And like with that, like I can play alongside them, which I do, like as a hero in the game because it's like a board game, like an almost like a I don't know what you call it, but like a dungeon delving board game. It's kind of like Diablo in a way,
Hmm.
like action JRPG kind of thing. That that I enjoy watching them beat the monsters and have fun and level up. I enjoy that more and telling a story alongside that than I do playing in it and waiting to see what I get.
Yeah, yeah.
Like I get a kick out of everyone laughing and smiling, and at the end of the session going, "Oh my god, I can't wait for the next one. That was awesome." Like I get a high off of that. So
No, that's awesome. Like
it wasn't so much a choice as it is a drug.
you're just addicted, man.
Yeah, but I mean,
You're too in deep now. You can't get out.
yeah, but I mean, even at Long Island Tabletop, like too, I've played in other people's like one shots. I know the experience that I want to have, and I love bringing what I want to have as an experience as a player to those tables. That last year alone, I got actually 2 years ago, I got two offers to run for the group at my table. They were going to pay me money to go like run their campaigns for them.
Hmm.
And then last year, I had a group that came in for one of my Diablo games, and they were like, "Hey man, like we like Diablo 2, we like RPG, so we figured we'd try." And they had such a good time, like, "Oh man, this is great! Like we signed up for your other original RPG that you're running, like the horror one or whatever. Like we can't wait to come." Oh no, they signed up for the space one. Like we can't wait to do that. And at the end of that game, that dude was like, "My man," he's like, "I'm telling you, you have a gift. You have to put this out there in the world. Like this was some of the most fun I've ever had at a table."
Hmm.
And I was like getting compliments like that, just like it makes me feel so good to know that I gave someone such a fun experience. So like, I don't know, that's kind of what it is for me. Like I also have a problem with my brain where like I can't stop being creative. Like if you guys ever came over and hung out for like a session, like in quote unquote the basement, which is where I run everything, you would see I have a million projects going at a time. Like I have two original TT RPGs in the works. I have an OSE. I'm turning my campaign into old school essentials adventure books. I'm filming with mini wargaming next week. I have my own tabletop board game that's coming out and will be available at Lit next year. I have a booth at Lit. I'm always painting miniatures or something. I'm always writing stories. I'm helping out another magazine. I'm a published manga author. Like I just never stop. So being a DM is just like perfect because I can just do everything I want to do.
That's awesome. It's
Yeah.
funny because one of my next questions, like you kind of just delved into, of basically asking, about all your other projects. I know you have the Gehenna Project, Auto Infinite, Plague Throne. Like, so where did you kind of just not to dive super deep into each of them because I don't want to take up too much of your time, but can you
You
kind
get
of
as
give
much
like
time as you want.
a
I'll
can you
nerd
kind
out
of
as long as you want.
I
So
hear
we're
you, I
good.
hear you. But can you kind of give like almost like a brief overview of like how you came up with these projects and what they're about?
Sure. Easy one right off the bat is the Plague Throne.
Hmm.
It's the game Super Dungeon Explorer came out with a Kickstarter called Legends, which was my favorite board game. And they came out with the Kickstarter for Legends, which was basically going to let you level up your heroes and like tell like a campaign as opposed to just one shot dungeons. And I was like, "Oh, this is awesome!" And a lot of drama. That Kickstarter never got fulfilled, even though succeeding for $1.5 million.
Hmm.
And it caused a lot of bad blood in the community. My dad loved the game, my friends loved the game, so I just said, "Screw it, I'm just gonna make my own leveling system and like whatever, and we'll just do a campaign with it." And it it's so well received at this point that I spoke to pardon me, the people who own the IP reached out to me when they saw what I was doing because I put out a mini, and they were like, "Yeah, what are you doing, bud? We should have a talk." And I was like, "Oh shit." I'm like, "I think I'm in legal trouble. I don't know what to do."
Uh-oh.
I'm like, "But no, wait, I didn't sell this. I just put it out so people could see it."
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
And we wound up having a discussion, and after the company went bankrupt and everything, it turns out Soda Pop Miniatures, the originators of the game, still own the IP. And they're like, "Hey, dude, like, what do you want to do with this?" I'm like, "I would love to put this out so people could get it." And they're like, "Cool, you can have a special OGL for this." So I have my own miniature line for it. I have the campaign rulebook I'm converting over right now to full PDF. So if you were a Super Dungeon fan, you can extend the gameplay, the life of your gameplay for like 2-3 years easy with this, maybe more. Um, and then, oh, I'm 42 years old, man. My brain just farted. Oh, and then, you can get, if you haven't played it before, I'm gonna have a bunch of downloadable assets that if you pick up like the miniatures in the book or whatever, you can actually, well, the rules will be for free online for the
Hmm.
campaign, but um, if you pick up miniatures and stuff or whatever, you can actually play with all the download stuff and get into the game anew. So hopefully that keeps it going. It's just something I wanted to do. My dad got, I always say the wrong thing, prostate cancer.
Mm.
And it was like bad prostate cancer. Like it was like, hey, we have two options. We either remove organs or you go through intense chemo. What do you want to do? So I'm not getting to my dad's personal business too much, but he went through a lot with it. And one of the things that really he loved doing that took his mind off it was playing Super Dungeon, or specifically my version of it with the campaign rules. It kept his spirits up, kept his mind off of everything. And my core group of friends came over and played. We played like every Thursday with my dad.
That's really awesome.
Oh, my dad's super fun with like the gaming stuff. He's actually coming to me to mini wargaming next week.
Nice.
And he's going to film with us.
Well, I'm glad to hear that he's doing well.
That's awesome. So after he beat it and everything, I was like, how do I thank my friends for all this? So I got them all made into chibi minis and made hero cards for them.
That's
so
sick.
like my buddy Adam is the necromancer. My friend Pat's like a little dwarven hunter because that's what he always loves. Like I'm the paladin. My dad's like a trick shot kind of guy. And that's when the company saw what I was doing. Like, hey, like what's going on? And I told them the whole story. And that's when they gave me the license for that. So I was really excited about that. And there will be a full display and everything at Lit. So be sure to check it out.
Definitely. That sounds awesome.
Ordo Infinite is, a lot of people don't know, I studied demonology, exorcisms, and the Bible as literature from high school all the way through college. So I studied real exorcism tapes, demons of the world, religions of the world, all sorts of crazy stuff. And I've always wanted to put out like a horror RPG that's like just based on real. This is where it gets weird because it depends on people's opinions, but based on like real life things.
Mm-hmm.
So like in the Ordo, you will actually fight monsters and stuff that are that exist in other cultures, religions, in the Catholic religion, the Jewish religion, Hindi, all of it, like Japanese.
That's a super cool concept, honestly. Like I'm into that stuff. I've studied like personally just a lot of like world religion type stuff. I'm a huge history buff, so that definitely is something that.
So if you're into that, this is the game for you because like you'll actually fight like a real Oni, or like I did like a test of it when I was first developing it. And the group wound up going against the demon Aziz Dahaka. And like it was this whole crazy thing. They got to see it in like its real vision of like this multi-headed dragon. And they were like, holy shit. And like it was like crazy fun. I've done last Lit, I did a session of it where they went into a house where the girl was possessed. But what they didn't realize is that she was possessed by like multiple demons. And when they started to really push the exorcism, me personally, I've spoken about 7 different languages during the course of that exorcism, and everyone at the table was freaking out. They're like, are you just making that up? I'm like, no, here it is. Here's the translation if you want to see it. And they're like, oh, yeah.
That's cool.
And my dad actually was playing at that game. My dad goes, I can't tell your mother about this game because my mom's a very like religious woman. So my dad's like, I can't tell her, but that was like so cool.
That's awesome.
And then and then I take certain liberties. Like for instance, at the end of that session, they met a woman in a cathedral who was like at the altar talking to the crucified Jesus statue. And she kept saying, blah, 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 something, my nephew. And like, she turns around and she's like this beautiful blonde. The art is actually on my Instagram page, I think. It's a beautiful blonde woman with like a crown of thorns, but with roses in it too, dressed in black. And it's actually Mary Magdalene's sister that time forgot about. And because she was so disgusted by like all the praise and like that God chose her sister, that Lucifer chose her to be like the antithesis of Mary.
That's pretty cool.
And she gave birth to like hordes of like all sorts of demons and evil things.
That's sick.
And and when the group gets there, she spreads out her arms like she's doing like the crucified pose in front of like the statue of Jesus. And everyone in the party and everyone in the church starts floating, and they all start slowly rotating. So they all wind up becoming like with their arms out, upside down crosses, floating in the church. And everyone was like, what the fuck? Like everyone was screaming at the table. We got
That's so sick. Yeah.
But and we were doing that, and then like one by one, like the NPCs like started to get like disemboweled by invisible creatures. And like eventually like the player groups rolled like to break like, her hold over them.
Mm-hmm.
But that's pretty much how the session ended, with them like getting ready to go toe to toe with this, mythical thing. So like it's based, a lot of it is based on real like religious scripture and studies of the world. But then like sometimes, like for instance with Mary Magdalene's sister, I take liberties and like, you know, there is a little bit of true in it as well.
Yeah.
But a lot of it is actually based in reality, so to speak.
That's really cool. That's like, you have the established background, you're kind of just putting your spin on it or adding
Yeah,
to it,
yeah. And some of it I don't even put much of a spin on. Like some of it is just like, hey, like here's this creature. Here's what it is in Japanese lore. That's what it is. You know, I just give it a stat block.
Yeah, yeah.
And then Gehenna Project takes that same system that I created for that game, basically sets you out in open space where you can either run like a StarCraft Warhammer style campaign, militaristic. You could do Star Trek of like deep space exploration. You could do Firefly where you're a group of like mercenaries smuggling things. Like it's really wide open.
Yeah.
But it stemmed from a character that I created for a Mechton game that I didn't really get to play in. And basically, she was born with psychic abilities. And her father was a military general, like in charge of all the military of all of Earth. And when these creatures came from outer space, she kind of reacted to them. And seeing that her father locked her in a lab with the creature and her, and when he finally brought them together, like she touched its face. It's because it's kind of like, if you want to image it, it's just like a Zerg or like a Tyranid in Warhammer. It's like a bug-like thing.
Okay.
She touches its head and like they instantly connect. And like she starts to scream in pain and glow, and the creature starts to scream, like its wings start like trying to like fly away, but like it like can't get any air. And then he's like screaming, like, shut down the program, and she explodes in a nova of light, and it awakens anybody with psychic potential in the entire universe.
Oh shit.
And that psychic explosion actually alerted all the other older alien races to our existence and brought us into the fold of the entire like extensive universe, like to the infinity of the universe. And now like kind of like Mass Effect, like we're brought into like the fold of like the universal governments and stuff.
I was
like
gonna
that.
say Mass Effect vibes. I love that series.
Yeah, so it definitely has Mass Effect vibes if you want it to. So like that's the thing, like so it brings us into that fold. But if you want to do it where like humans are still like just discovering it, and we've just discovered like star jumping and everything like that, like you could run that campaign where it's human centric and we're discovering things for the first time.
Yeah,
yeah. You could run it where we're deeply embedded and we're going to be all these different races, because I think there's 5 different races you can be out of the gate right now in the book, where it's like human, like a reptilian one that if you ever watch Ben 10, that's kind of
I'm not familiar with that.
Ben 10 is a kid's cartoon where this kid gets his alien watch. He can control like different aliens. There's one called Forearms where it's like this big jacked like forearmed alien. Like there's something like that that has like a chitinous obsidian skin, so like it's really tough, but like more melee based. There's like a cybernetic race and all this stuff, and you can just explore the world and tell the story however you want. Like it's a wide open world.
Yeah, that's really cool.
So Ordo keeps you kind of like in a sandbox of like, this is what the world is. Gehenna is more like, hey, it's the future. No one knows what's really going to happen.
Yeah, just
write it,
have
fun.
It. Yeah.
I feel like Gehenna is more of a DM's like kind of like a creative DM. It's definitely more their playground.
Yeah.
And then I mean, I got 28 years of dungeon mastering D&D and everything that I'm going to turn into 3 OSE books, one for each world in my homebrewed world.
That's really awesome.
It's all works in, it's all projects in the works, but all 3 will actually be at Long Island Tabletop on Saturday, where I think my schedule is OSE, Gehenna Project, Auto Infinite out of Aztec.
Nice.
So yeah, get in on one of those.
Yeah, I'm definitely trying to. I mean, I would love to be in the D&D just because that's our focus right now. But hey, everything you've said about the other 2 is like super up my alley. Like,
well, OSE is basically just old school D&D, so I mean, go with that one.
Yeah. Just I know there's probably like a long laundry list of like differences between OSE and like 5e, but can you maybe like speak to like some of the major ones?
Sure. Magic is not here. You know what? Let's rewind. Let's just start that over. The big difference between OSE and 5e, and I'm going to get booed for a lot of this, is 5e feels like you enter the game as a big damn hero.
Okay.
Like your ability as a level 1 character in 5e is different. In OSE, you could roll that your starting hit point is 1 hit point.
Oof.
and you could literally die right away.
Yeah.
Like, it's the perfect example is the difference between Diablo 2 and Diablo 3.
Okay.
Like, Diablo 2 was gritty, hard, like, you really had to, like, spec yourself properly.
Hmm.
Diablo 3, it auto leveled you, like you didn't have to assign any stats, like, you just chose your powers, and, like, you just kinda went and, like, yeah, it was difficult, but you were still just a big damn hero. And I feel like that's, like, the biggest conceptual difference because that's the way D&D used to be, like, back in the day. Um, I don't know who Strongbra is, but I love you for saying that. Diablo 2
That's
was a grind,
that's Austin, one of our players.
but it was one of my favorite grinds, so respect. Um, Armor class, you can do THAC0 in it. I don't know how long ago you did D&D where it was to hit armor class 0, but OSE gave it where you can also do the additive method, which is more 5e where you just roll the d20 and add your modifier to hit.
Okay.
But you can do THAC0 in it. It's backwards compatible like that. Combat is much faster. Everyone's not rolling their initiative. You roll initiative per side. You roll D6 for the bad guys, D6 for the good guys.
Okay.
And like whoever's higher goes first. And you do that every turn.
Nice.
Magic casting is different. I've homebrewed a couple rules for it. Like with magic, because with magic, they say like if you're casting a spell, you can't move. And you have to, and like the way you learn spells and cast spells is a little different. Where if you have one spell slot for the day, at the start of the day, you have to choose what spell you're going to carry with you all day.
Okay.
I'm not a fan of that because I feel like if you're a wizard, you should know X amount of spells from that first level school.
And you
like
choose which
you
one
really
you're going to use.
choose
Yeah.
it as you go. Yeah. So
Mhm.
that's the way we play it. And it's been received really well with my group. Like they prefer it that way too. But they say you can't move if you cast a spell. I say you can because a lot of times you're in combat, you don't want to just stand still.
Yeah.
I say if you stand still, there's no modifiers to any roll. If you move up to half your movement, you do it at like a -1 penalty. If you go full movement, it's -2. So like you could still cast, but it's going to be harder. Like if you're trying to move around the skeleton and get the imp behind him or whatever, like there's going to be a penalty because you're moving and trying to concentrate all at the same time. So
Okay.
the group really digs that too, which makes me happy. But it's the big thing about OSE versus D&D is it's so rules light, so to speak, that it welcomes creative modifications like that. Like it's very much like there's a big community rule right now called all shields may be sundered, where you can, if you're carrying a shield, you can sacrifice it and have it be destroyed to negate all damage from a single attack.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, in D&D, I could see you doing it, but it's a little tougher, and like the way it works is like, I don't know. But it's just a much simpler game in terms. Oh, here's the big thing: you don't have a list of secondary abilities like you do in D&D.
Okay.
So if you want to research, anybody can research anything. Like you don't have to do investigation. Like
Okay.
you'll just roll your intelligence.
Yeah.
And it doesn't have to be D20 plus the modifier every time. You could just be like on a quick whim. You could be like, all right, roll D6 and add your modifier. Higher's better. Or if you want to do something, you're like, okay, roll D6, lower's better. It doesn't matter the stat. Like it's much more. I think it's more storytelling based than it is rules heavy.
Okay.
But just the vibe of it, like the grindiness of it, and like how tough it can be. Like, oh, that's the other thing. It also really rewards you doing more than just combat. So like it's built into the system that like if you actually coerce like a goblin king sitting on this big treasure, instead of fighting him trying to kill him and take that treasure, if you can convince him to take it, you can sell that treasure for experience points.
Okay.
Like it's built into the game to do that. So it's like not everything has to be a combat encounter and you still get rewarded with experience and everything. Like it's really cool like that. I like that a lot.
Yeah.
And not everyone levels at the same rate.
Okay.
So like a fighter might level faster than a magic user because a fighter is running in there getting punched in the face using swords and shields and like that's it. A magic user is like sitting in the back like flinging magic missiles that like for instance you might need 2,500 experience to level the fighter. You might need 3,000 to level the magic user. So it's pretty cool. I mean, I like it a lot more than D&D, but I also still like D&D. I don't like the current edition of D&D. That's what made me
Okay.
really turn away. Like 5e, I was enjoying a lot. I feel 5e was like one of the better versions. So like it was more welcoming of homebrew and creation. But I'm just not a big fan of the way the game's going right now. It's very lazy, and it's very like, what's the right word for it? It's maybe commercial is the right word for it. It's too commercial. Like it's too placating of somebody saying, "Hey, I have this idea for D&D," and like 50 people online go, "Yeah, that sounds great." And Wizards went, "No problem, dude, I got you." And they just did that with like every request.
Okay.
I don't like that Paladins lost the ability to smite. Like it's no longer a class ability. I don't like that. I didn't like in 5e where they kind of took away like racial bonuses and deficiencies. Like it's becoming too. It's the way I kind of feel about Warhammer 10th edition. Everything is so different that everything is the same at the end of it. Like they're trying to change it where nothing is really bad, that nothing is great anymore.
Okay.
Like everything is just so like, yeah, you could be any race you want. There's no bad thing about that. Like, oh, you want to be an orc? Nah. There's no penalty to that. You could just be an orc in a human city. No one cares. And it's like, what?
Doesn't
Like,
really make sense. Yeah, I get what you're saying, but it's just us personally, we don't have anything to compare it to. We
Yeah,
haven't
no,
tried
listen.
other versions, and
Yeah, and listen, there's nothing wrong, and I just want to make sure this is clear. There's nothing wrong with that if people like that.
Mhm.
It's not for me. I chose to go to OSE, where if you're a dwarf, you better be sure you're getting a suffering to charisma. Like
Yeah.
like dwarves can't.
Oh, oh, we lost you, Drew. Hold on, let me throw him another invite. Bear with us, folks. Let's come back on. Where's Loopy? No idea. Loopy, I think, is watching her show upstairs. What are you talking about, Drew? Yeah, I'm here. I don't know if you could hear me. Hold on. Let me try to send maybe another link. Oh, there we go. There you are.
I'm there.
You are here. Welcome
Excellent.
back. Gotta love all this technology, and stupid problems always arise.
All right. So I was saying, I don't remember what I was saying.
We were talking about differences between versions, and then I think we were talking about the racial differences with the characters.
So like orcs
races.
and stuff, like orcs aren't bad guys anymore. And I don't know if you saw the list from Wizards of the Coast of things they're not allowed to say. Oops, sorry. Okay, perfect. Sorry, my wife just texted me.
No, all good.
Where basically like in Wizards there was a leak of like what they can do, like with the game, what they can and can't say.
Mm-hmm.
And like one thing that irked me is like they're worried about being people triggered, so you can't say that someone's suffering psychosis or insanity or anything like that. I'm like,
okay.
And like I'm not that kind of person at all. Like I respect everybody and all that stuff. Like it's not a big deal to me. Like if that bothers you, like I get it.
Yeah, but there's also freedom of speech, and also you could choose to not watch or watch.
Right, like just like so that's always been my thing with D&D is like it's your story.
Mm-hmm.
If you want to make it high fantasy, elves only, you can do that. If you want to make it, an LGBTQ focused story, you can do that. Like it's your story. Tell it.
Mm-hmm.
And it feels like more and more the games are saying like you have to do this, you can't do this, and it's like just give me the freedom to tell the story again. Like, stop removing things or saying real specifically saying you can't do this.
Don't place restrictions. Yeah, I get what you're saying.
Like, and listen, I know personally from life, like, I know autism's a hot ticket right now. Mental health is a big ticket right now. I think rather than avoiding it, being able to say like somebody suffering insanity could be like, if you don't want to put that in your campaign, don't. But also feel like it could be a good way, an outlet to somebody like to talk about like what they're going through, like through their character or something. Like,
Mhm.
I don't know. I just feel like they're taking away a lot of the freedom of telling a story by doing it. And to me, it speaks volumes. I mean, I know that Critical Role is like pushing their own product now, but it speaks volumes to me that they've done D&D for so long, and now they're just like, yeah, we're gonna step away and do something more us now. Like, it feels like, you know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
Like, it feels like D&D is trying to capitalize on like just too many things, and it's hurting the brand.
I get what you're saying. You're the perfect person to speak on this, just because you've been involved in it for so many years. You know, you've seen the
Yeah,
differences and the changes over time. Whereas, people like us, like, we just started. We don't have much of a background to look like back into the past. So,
like first edition, like female characters were considered weaker and were statted weaker. Do I agree with that? No. Like, why
mhm.
can't a woman be a hero? That just attracts people from wanting to play the game.
Yeah,
But you can't have the pendulum swing so far the other way now. Like, just bring it back to like anyone can be whoever they want. Like, tell the story, but there should be consequences for things. Like, if I want to be an undead lich, everyone's gonna hate me. Like, it shouldn't just be
yeah,
like, they just accept you. Like,
yeah. You can't just, like, waltz around town as an undead necromancer, and everyone's gonna be like, "Oh, hey, what's up, man?"
oh, he must be a good guy. Like, even
Yeah.
necromancers in Diablo are like, they're good guys, but they're feared by everyone. Like, if you
Hmm.
like read all the dialogue that they have, like, everyone's like leery of them. Like, nobody wants to deal with them. They just do because they're killing the evil things.
Yeah. They accept them just because they're serving a purpose. But
Yeah, it's enemy my enemy, but the minute the enemy's dead, you get out of this town, like, kind
yeah,
of thing. Yeah.
thanks for your service. Now get the fuck out.
Yeah, exactly. And like, to me, like, as a DM, as long as I was DM'd and just a game player in general, like, I like when there's that freedom to just kind of like, I want to be able to have the bad guy who's fighting because he doesn't want to be a good guy. He's forced to be a good guy through through circumstances.
Mhm.
Like, I feel like that's a compelling character. I feel like just being like, yeah, you can be an orc. Orcs are good guys now. Like, why?
Yeah.
Like what was the big change there? So like, I mean, but again though, that's my personal way of playing. I always say, play your game your way. Don't let anyone tell you how to play your game.
Yeah.
Tell your story how you want to tell it. Don't let anyone tell you who to have in your group. Like, have your group, have your friends, have like-minded people, and tell the story you want to tell. That's how you're gonna have the most fun with this. I mean, you guys are delving into the streaming now for a bit. You'll see there's streams built around like certain things that you're just like, that doesn't seem like fun at all. Like, because you have to have, someone who's 5'6", someone who's older than 40, someone who's younger than 25. And it's like, why does this have to be a checklist? How about, hey, who wants to play in a game? We're just gonna run a one shot online, and anyone who wants to play can play. As long as you're a good
Yeah.
person, I don't see the problem.
No, we've kind of also discussed that too, like about adding other players, be a little more diverse, or like,
Yeah,
but we're not out here seeking the goal of fame and fortune.
right.
We're just trying to have fun, and we wanted to bring that fun to other people. And
Yeah,
in getting involved in this, we've been learning more. We've gotten opinions from other people. We've met other people. Um, it's been great, but trust me, I get when you're saying like there is definitely a negative side to like streaming or just the way things are going, like in general. But luckily, we haven't seen too much of it yet. So
well, I mean, I'll be honest with you. When I was streaming at one point, one of my players had to defend the stream where they're like, you don't have any LGBTQ plus representation in your stream, and both girls in my game were bisexual,
mhm.
and they were both had to go online and be like, yo, what the, like, hello, we're here. He
Yeah,
has females, and
and
we're both
also
bi.
we're not trying to get our personal information out there and like, what do you care about our personal lives?
Right, exactly. Like,
We're
I'm all
just playing
about
a game.
fun. Exactly. Play your game, have fun.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
But that's my opinion about all gaming, like streaming, not streaming. If there's one thing anyone takes out of this conversation, the reason I've had success for 28 years, and by the way, I mean, I've had people who have been there for the whole campaign. I have people who've been in for 10 years. I've had two guys now have been in for the past year and a half. It's always about surrounding yourself with good people who are there for the same reason. Have fun, tell a story, play a game, forget about the real world for a few hours, and just enjoy each other's company.
Hell yeah, that's what it's
And when you
about.
do that, the game will last forever.
Yeah,
So, I mean, that's just my hot take on it.
yeah.
So.
No, I hear you. The fellow Massapequen joined the stream.
Oh,
My wife.
hello. Hello, Massapequa wife.
um, I think one of the last things I wanted to ask you about is just the miniature painting in general.
Oh.
So way back in the day, when you first started, playing D&D, how soon after that did you start getting into, miniature painting, and did it come along with that, or?
So I didn't paint minis because when I started D&D, minis weren't really as hot as they were now.
Mm-hmm.
I got into Warhammer pretty young too, 40K specifically. Which arm is it? Necrons specifically.
Nice.
And I just, I was building. My brother was like, "Yeah, we're gonna do Warhammer. Like, if you want to play, I guess you can." And I was like, "All right, thanks for the offer."
It's a
But
real
of course,
nice pity invite, right?
yeah, but of course, my brain the way it is, I was like, "Yeah, I'll try it." And by try it, I mean I'll buy every single model in the line and in duplicate.
Mm.
And I just started painting, and I found like a real peace and enjoyment in painting it. I've been painting ever since. I have multiple ways of painting at this point, where like I'll paint to tabletop quality plus and just paint an army really fast. But then I'll also do like I have award-winning pieces that have gone to competition and brought me home medals. But I can't paint like that every day. I don't want to paint like that every day because then it's like I'm on one piece for like 6 months.
Yeah.
Like right now, I'm just more concerned with painting and getting on the table to look good and have fun.
Yeah, that's exactly what I do. I know I have a long way to go in terms of like some better techniques, shading, and just more detail. But I'm painting to play. Everything I paint is going to end up on the board at some point, and if not, I had fun painting it anyway.
Yeah.
I find painting to be very relaxing. It's funny because like the other guys in our group, like Mike's delved into painting a little bit. I'll give him some credit there. Thank you, Mike. It's not the best, but he gets it done. Uh, Mike always, bro, I'm the best painter. Yeah, okay, keep telling yourself that. But yeah, he's been painting like some what do you call it? Like some extra NPCs, like some extra guards and like
Yeah.
some fodder. But it's helped. Yeah, and also being colorblind doesn't help him. Yeah, I get it.
I'm actually right now in the middle of painting up my players' characters minis because we are going to do the next session is October 30th, and because there's so much going on right now, no one's free. We're going to be free again October 30th. Then I'm going to have the full 3D terrain map and everything from Legendary Realms Terrain for those following.
Nice.
Yeah,
we're well versed with LRT as well.
Yeah, I've known Rich for close to 15 years now. I want to say.
Oh wow, awesome.
Maybe longer. And he and I just spoke. He's going to sponsor TeamDrewsBasement as well.
Nice.
Because basically every year at Long Island Tabletop, I'm like, bro, I'm going to design a map. Whatever you want to contribute towards it, I'll be more than happy to put it on and like promote it and paint it up.
Mm-hmm.
But that's my big thing with him is I'm like, I don't want anything painted. I want to paint it. Mm-hmm. And he goes, okay, but you have to tell everybody that you painted it.
Yeah.
He's like, because it's a different quality of paint, man. He's like, you're putting letters in those little books.
Yeah.
He goes, you're actually typing out paragraphs with a paintbrush. I am not doing that. I'm like, no, absolutely, dude. And the first year I did Plague Throne at Long Island Tabletop, the whole board was him, where I just told him what my design was, and he gave me everything for it. It was super awesome of him. But no, I've known Rich a long time. He's really, really good people. And this year, I'm not really saying any spoilers yet, but I'm doing a league for the Plague Throne that people can play in, and like it'll be almost like Pathfinder Adventures or whatever.
Oh, nice.
And I'm doing a complete 3D multi-tiered board that
cool.
You can be able to go upstairs. There's going to be bridges with suspension bridges with nothing under them, like kind of stuff. Like it's going to be really fun. And he's supplying me a bunch of stuff for that, so that's going to be cool.
That's really awesome.
Yeah.
I didn't get to meet him in person. I know. I think Mike did. That's how we got in contact with them. But I know he's super local.
Yeah. He's over. I'm not gonna divulge where he lives, but
Yeah.
he's between me
He's
and you.
close.
He's
Yes.
between me and you. He's like the
Yes.
halfway between us.
Yep. Yep.
Um, and then, well, one of his closest friends who works with him, Chris Conklin, he's in my home group too. I've known him for like 15 years.
Mhm.
So he's in my home group since basically we started streaming him before then. So
Nice. That's awesome. It's like a small world with like all these connections and everything.
yeah,
Um, yeah, I was going to say that we also met our other sponsor, Wizard Works, Dylan.
yep,
He was at the convention. Also a local guy. Really cool. He came and had a guest session with us in our campaign. Played
yeah. I
a
saw.
little halfling wizard action.
Yeah, he's real. So I'll speak truth about him. He's a great dude. I love him to death. He is, and he'll admit to this himself. He's the absolute pits with communication.
Yes. Yes.
Where like I text him about something like we were gonna do a collab for Long Island Tabletop this year
Mhm.
about with an item for Plague Throne. And he's like, yeah, I'm all about it. I'm like, all right, cool. And then like for 6 months he was gone. He comes back. He's like, you still interested in doing this? I'm like, where have you been? Are you alive?
Yeah. We kind of the same situation with him. Like we love him, really cool guy. But we haven't heard from him, and we want to know if he's got anything new to promote or.
Yeah.
And he's like, oh, I'm sorry, I've been on a hiatus, but I'll be back soon, and this and that. So
And then you keep waiting. Yeah. But again, good dude, does good business. He takes care of his business. Like that's definitely not a concern. It's just like on a personal level, if you try and text him 50-50, you
yeah,
might get him,
yeah.
you might not.
And then it stinks too because one of his buddies, Nick, he was
Not so
head of
miniatures.
not so miniatures.
Yep, I know Nick.
Yeah, I just recently had bought some stuff from him, and then come to see that he went out of business.
What?
So I wish him the best of luck. Yeah, he's not doing it anymore.
Why? Did he say?
Just basically that it just wasn't worth it, and he's going on to other things. So I wish him the best, but
Oh,
he
I gotta
had
reach out
some
to him.
sick freaking products, man. Like
Yeah, my Panzuzu minis from him.
yeah, I mean, all his stuff was like so super detailed and like very reasonably priced.
Yeah.
So it's a little, it's kind of a stinker that he's not doing it anymore. But I wish him the best.
Yeah. I mean, listen, 3D printing is tough. You can't see it behind my display back here, but
Mhm.
I have an Elegoo Saturn 4 that is fantastic. But even that, like having just one is maintenance.
Mhm.
Like, and he had a whole printing farm. I can't imagine that is easy. But funny fact about Nick's ex-wife was in my campaign for a while we were streaming.
That's dude, so many connections. Like it's
And
ridiculous.
then after I ended that game, sometime after that, him and his ex-wife split.
Okay,
But yeah, she was in my game for a while.
that's crazy.
Yeah, dude, it's a very small world.
That just sidebar, that 3D printer, is it what's the word I'm looking for? Is it filament or is it resin?
Resin.
It's resin. Okay.
And if you're gonna do miniatures, resin is the way to go.
That's I've dived in some research. We've talked about it like casually about wanting to get a 3D printer at some point. And I know resin is the way to go. But do you have like a whole ventilation system set up with yours or no?
No. Saturn 4 is very good, very low fumes.
Hmm.
I use the photo like resin something or other, ABS like 2.0 or whatever resin.
Hmm.
I can send you the link to it so you can see what it is.
Yeah.
But it's great. It's not really, it doesn't have much of an odor to it at all.
Hmm.
You can buy the inserts for extra air filtration in addition to what's already in that.
Gotcha.
They're not that expensive. They're like $30 a brick.
Hmm.
And I'll tell you, like, I mean, I have it's in my basement. It's by my window. So if I ever feel like it is having a smell, I can open up the windows.
Yeah.
But it's never bad. Like, honestly, it's not bad at all.
Nice. Okay. Yeah, because I was definitely concerned about that.
I think
I have
when it
garage
first started, it was bad.
space. I have garage space, but like even if I'm like spray
No.
painting in there, it sometimes comes like into the house.
But no. And I'll tell you why. 3D printing is very temperature sensitive.
Yeah.
It's not talked about as much as you would think, but
Okay.
but you like if you have your settings set at one thing and you find that like in your house it prints well. If you put that in your garage and fall,
Mhm.
all of a sudden you might start getting failed prints even though you haven't changed a single setting.
Yeah. Based on temperature. Okay.
Again, it's not crazy, but it can have an effect on it. And
Yeah.
like once something warps a little bit, the rest of the print is now garbage
Yeah.
because everything is warped.
Oh, I've seen, I've seen with temperature difference with like priming my minis, like which
Oh
very
yeah.
big. Like if
Oh
it's a
yeah.
super hot, like humid day, no good.
You get the fuzz.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and super cold, they'll do the same thing because of the way that the particles from the paint
Yep.
exit the nozzle in the different temperatures is what gives it that fuzz, and it's awful.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But for that, on Amazon, they have a spray booth. I don't know if you saw it. It's great.
No, what is this?
I'll have to send you the link. I have a spray booth. It's
Oh, spray
collapsible.
booth. Okay. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
it's collapsible. It can be like it can go into like an 18 by like 4 inches deep box,
Mm-hmm.
and it's about 12 inches tall, and then it unfolds out to this big thing that like you just plug it in, turn on the filter, and like you spray, and all the fumes go right into the filters.
Oh shit. So you can
You can direct
indoor
hose it
paint.
out too if you want.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah. That's awesome.
Yeah, no, it's great, and it's relatively inexpensive. I want to say it was like $70.
Oh, okay, that's not bad.
I've had mine now for how long have I been painting in the basement? 8 years, maybe. I've
Oh
had it,
wow. Okay.
and it still works great to this day. You
Yeah,
just got to
yeah.
maintain the filters.
Okay. Now,
Yeah.
with your painting, are you doing airbrush? Are you doing brush combination? What do you got going on?
Varies. Most times I'm mainly just hand brushing,
Mm-hmm.
but if it's a real big piece, like for instance, I'm working on something on the DL that I'm not really revealing till it's done.
Okay.
But I'm painting a Warlord Titan from Warhammer,
Nice.
which is about like a 3 foot tall model.
Oh shit.
So like that, I'm going to be airbrushing and like working with a lot of airbrushing on that. But for the
Hmm.
most part, I pretty much do everything with hand.
Okay. Yeah, that's what I'm doing too as well.
I
Haven't
mean, airbrush
delved
is
into
really cool
airbrush.
for like bigger pieces, but
Tiny stuff, yeah, it's probably not worth it.
it's a learning curve. It's like everything else is a learning curve,
Hmm.
and the maintenance of it is really you're going to feel like you wasted money until you get the hang of it
Yeah.
because you can keep buying new brushes, new nozzles, and it's just gonna that I prefer just doing it by hand anyway.
Yeah. Yeah. I think my biggest thing is like probably shouldn't be investing in some nicer brushes. Um, I got a good assortment of brushes, but I don't have anything like high quality. You know what I mean?
Well, I have two I can recommend. Chimera.
I've heard of them. Yes.
I have a painting sponsorship with them at Dracoya.com.
Hmm.
Code only Drews10. It's like
Okay.
OnlyFans, but Drews.
Nice.
If you go to Dracoya.com, you can check out their paint line and their
Hmm.
brushes.
Yeah.
I'll be honest with I'm like I can just reach forward and grab 3 paints from the line. I have the
Hmm.
whole line set up in front of me.
Yeah.
Fantastic paints. They're single pigment,
Hmm.
heavy acrylic. They're really you got to water them down when you put them on the wet palette, but they're really really nice paints.
Okay.
Um, and then the other one that I have, I just got in the mail, and I don't know what I did with them. Oh, hold on, I'm going off camera for a second.
Yeah. No problem.
Well, kind of. You can see my stupid arm. Um, I don't know what makes my arm so stupid, but there it is.
Your tattoos look dope, dude.
Thank you. Yeah, that's my dad's Space Marine Army, the Ultramarines.
Nice.
So when he was going through everything, I wound up getting a whole tattoo dedicated to him.
That's sick.
Like these are like Plague Throne Super Dungeon Heroes over here, and I dedicate to all the games that he and I play together.
That's cool.
But Golden Maple just came in the mail. I'll tell you, man, they are really, really nice looking. I will tell you, I haven't tried them yet.
Hmm.
I know a couple of people have had, and they really like them. So I will tell you the Chimera brushes are fantastic. I've used them. I continue to use them. I love them.
Are they synthetic or?
I think they have both, where they have synthetic and real sable,
Okay.
depending what you want, how much money you want to spend.
Yeah, yeah. I know for a fact I have one real sable brush, and I tend to use it like a lot, but it's a bigger brush, so
Yeah.
I can't use it on like for detail, but it's amazing. Like
Do you have this?
put it more on the camera. Yes, I have the exact brush cleaner.
Okay,
Yes.
good. Because a lot of people don't get that brush cleaner and they just wash them with water. I'm like, you don't know
Nope.
how much more life you'll get out of your brushes
Yes,
with that.
trust me. Before I started painting, or like when I first got into it, I watched dozens and dozens of like how-to videos, suggestions for accessories and stuff like that. So I got a good assortment of things in my paint station.
You know what? Let's embarrass myself a little bit. I
Sure.
apologize because I'm in the middle of 1,000 projects, as you can see.
No, it's all good, man.
This is some of my paint.
Okay,
This is
cool.
some of my paint.
I have very similar paint holders to those.
This is one project, other projects, all the Chimera paints, and then more paint, more paint.
Damn. Yeah, you
Another
got
project I can
a
talk
nice
about.
assortment.
Yeah, I apologize. My desk is crazy right now because I'm getting ready to go film a mini wargaming. So I've been like just painting nonstop. I haven't cleaned my desk. That's why I have like just water bottles everywhere.
Yeah.
Because I can't wait to clean off this desk again.
Nah.
But yeah, I have all sorts. I have Vallejo, I have P3, I have everything. And I'll tell you, of all of them, I have two favorites, and three favorites, and they all serve their own purpose. Chimera, I love
Hmm.
primarily for like their tones and how consistent their mixing is. I love Army Painter for their primers, and I don't use their speed paints much, but I use them for like particular things. Like when someone has like really small shoes on a miniature, or like small boots, using like a speed paint brown on that and then going in with like a regular paint, I find makes highlighting it much easier.
Okay.
And then for metallics, the one and only my favorite forever, Turbo Dork.
Move that to the camera. There we go.
Oh, am I
I
not
haven't.
fully on the screen?
Yeah. Now you're centered.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was gonna say I never actually heard of that brand.
Oh my god. Their main, I think they're coming out with a regular line of paints too, but their main
Hmm.
thing is metallics.
Okay, so they specialize in it.
They've got like 60 different metallic covers.
Okay,
And
that's
they have
awesome.
the color changing metallics too, where like depending how you look at it, it might be blue and like shift into purple as you're
Ooh,
turning the model.
that's pretty cool.
Yeah, I actually have a couple bottles of that. Maybe we'll
Turbo
talk
Dork.
later. Maybe I'll get
Okay.
your address. I'll send you out a couple of fun little things
Oh shit.
because
Um,
I got four of those. I think the color shift paints from them.
that's really cool. Yeah, I was gonna say as far as what I'm using, like I started off quick sidebar. So years and years ago, when I was in college, I had a buddy who we used to call the unassuming nerd.
Okay,
Very handsome looking guy, athletic, but one of the biggest dorks I ever met. Super into Lord of the Rings, Warhammer, all that stuff, and
Check
really
that.
into mini painting. So back then, he tried to get me into the hobby, and he actually gifted me a like Lord of the Rings tabletop like starter set, like Mines of Moria deal. And he's
Yep.
like, dude, I want you to have this. I'm giving it to you, but obviously you got to go get your own paint. I was like, dude, thank you so much. And I went out and I spent like probably like $100 to get myself started. I bought all these Game Workshop paints, and I never pulled the trigger, and they just sat.
And
So
now they're all done, right?
no. So fast
Actually, if you never
forward,
opened them, they're probably good
yeah,
still.
fast forward to when I first started painting about a year ago. I'd say a good 75% of what I had was still viable. Some I had to like add some water to and mix up and stuff,
Yeah.
and
If
some were
you
just not recoverable at all. But honestly, the majority of them held up. And I really do like the Games Workshop stuff, but it's a little pricey.
It's too expensive for what it is, in my opinion.
Yeah, I agree. I'm also using Army Painter, like their wargaming sets,
Yep.
and I bought a couple Vallejo sets. I like the metallics that I have, but I'm not crazy about the regular ones. I feel
Vallejo's
like
a
they're a
mixed
little
bag.
too watery almost.
Vallejo is a very mixed response I find with people, like where
Hmm.
people either die hard love them or they're just like meh,
Yeah,
like
I'm
not
I'm
great.
more the meh kind of guy with them.
I'm more of a thick painter, so like for me, I prefer the Chimera paints because I can water it down to what I like,
Hmm.
and I'm not forced to work with this ultra watery paint like Vallejo has.
Yeah, that makes
But
sense.
some people love the Vallejo because it's watery.
Hmm.
But then I also have Scale 75, which has some cool colors and like it dries really matte, and then like it's good, but then some of their colors are just so freaking bizarre. And they don't blend. Like there's no consistency in blending. Like I know if I take here's a good example. I take gold 79 and sea blue from a Chimera.
Hmm.
If I mix 2 drops of this with 2 drops of this, the color result will always be the same thing as having 2 drops of this and 2 drops of this.
Hmm.
Every time. It's the
Consistent,
same
yeah.
result.
Hmm.
With Army Painter, Citadel, some of them, you just don't get that. Like if you do 2 drops of Citadel, like if you don't shake Army Painter enough,
Hmm.
your 2 drops of like blue and 2 drops of orange and you mix it together might be different Tuesday than it is Wednesday.
Yeah, yeah.
So that's why I really like Chimera for that. Like that's a really nice thing to have that consistency. But in terms of metallics, I'm telling you, man, Turbo Dork is where it's at. The
Yeah, I want to look
bottle
into
prices
that.
are good, the pricing is good, and the
Hmm.
quality is fantastic.
That's awesome.
Yeah, I highly recommend it.
Um, Real
And I'm
random
not
question: Are you handshaking your vials, or you got like a little mixer?
so I have like I have to get a mixer. I handshake it all, and
Hmm.
it after a while it feels weird. Feels
Yeah.
like it's inappropriate. Um, but I have this thing. It's almost like a coffee frother that used to use in my Citadel pots that would go in and it
Hmm.
would spin everything together, which was great.
I have like a test tube thing. It's basically like what they would use in a lab to like mix
Yeah.
a blood vial. But it's funny because apparently, like I read that if you use it maybe too often or too long, you could actually give yourself like permanent nerve damage because of
Oh,
how
like
high the
when it's shake.
vibration
Yeah.
is.
Yeah.
But I don't think that's. I mean, I feel like you'd have to really use the shit out of that thing to like do that.
Yeah.
Um,
That's like inappropriate levels.
yeah,
like
yeah,
like what are you doing that long with it?
yeah, exactly.
But for me, I mean, I handshake it, and it always seems to work out. Like with the paints I'm using, like nothing is that crazy.
Hmm.
But but yeah, my little spinny thing. I got to get something though because now that I've become I don't know what you want a more mature painter.
Hmm.
I use dropper
Seasoned.
bottles. Yeah, seasoned. That's a good word for it. Thank you.
Okay.
With the exception of my P3 paints, everything I have is dropper bottle.
Okay.
So like I wet palette everything. So like
Same.
I
Same.
can't
Yeah.
use my frother thing on any of these.
Yeah. That's I do like the Citadel paints, but I don't like the fact that they're not in dropper bottles.
So I'd have to research it, or if you want to research it, there is a person who makes dropper bottles specifically for Citadel paints,
Oh. Okay.
where like it's a direct transfer in,
Okay.
and they even have tutorials online on how to peel off the sticker and put it right on the new bottle.
Oh, that's pretty cool, actually.
Yeah, yeah. I saw it a couple years ago. I don't know if it's still around, if
Yeah. Yeah.
TW
Yeah.
went after them or whatever, but
Yeah, I was gonna say I don't have that many Citadel paints. Like that's worth for
God,
me to do that yet. But
I have too many paints.
eh,
I'm just looking at all the paints I have. That I probably have about 400 paints right here.
whew, I think I'm probably like the 100 range.
I mean, one thing I have is I have the pigments, which is really cool. Like the dust pigments.
Hmm.
Those come in handy with like cool effects that you want to do, like especially when you do like rust or battle scene. Really good stuff.
Yeah, I got some effects. I got like a slime. I got like the dark tones. I got
Yeah.
the rust, which I've used. But I need to delve in more to like those techniques.
Well, I had a guy who was in my union who saw what I was doing online and was looking for a hobby. He's like, I'm gonna get into painting minis.
Hmm.
So I was like, okay, cool, man. Like cool. Like if you ever want to talk about it, let me know. Doesn't reach out for like a month.
Hmm.
Reaches out to me after the month and goes, hey man, I got into this. I realized I don't like it. Do you want any of my paints? I was like, what are you asking? He goes, $100. You can get it all. I was like, all right. I'm like, do you got a lot of paints? He's like, I got like 20 bottles or something. Homie brought over like 200 bottles of paints. Uh, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14 things of different kinds of pigment enhancers.
Wow.
Like airbrush thinner, cleaner. I'm like,
Like he went in deep and like he
and he
went
realized he
too
hates
deep.
it.
Yeah. Hmm.
Yeah. And I'm like, okay. I'm like, are you sure 100? He's like, yeah, it's fine. Just keep it. I'm like,
Yeah.
all right.
At least he
So
made some of his
I
money
have it
back.
over.
Yeah. That's
Yeah.
crazy.
Right place, right time, I guess. But
Yeah. Yeah. No, that's awesome. Um, One of the last questions I want to ask you though,
by all means.
in general, besides D&D, Warhammer, all the tabletop stuff, what other kind of fantasy, sci-fi, video game stuff are you into? Because I always like to ask people
Oh my God. Uh geez, so much.
that.
Just so much. I mean, I run the gamut. Like I do fantasy football with my neighbors every year.
Mhm.
Um, I love Star Wars, Lord of the Rings, everything like
Yeah,
that.
same.
I love powerlifting, like just lifting heavy weight. I love doing that.
Hmm.
I actually have a trainer friend who does miniature painting as well,
Nice.
who was like gearing me up to do like strongman competition kind of stuff. I'm obsessed with that. I love that. I love cooking. I'm always making up recipes, but what's really, really nerdy? I'm trying to think of what's really nerdy that I like. I mean, video games. I still play Diablo 2 and StarCraft 2 to this day.
Nice. The
Um,
OGs.
yeah, but Diablo 2 Resurrected is so good. Like they just updated the graphics and they really didn't change much, if anything, about the game. So it's like
Yeah, yeah.
the same thing, just playable now, and I love it.
Hmm.
Um, Other than that, I mean, I like building terrain. I love vinyl. vinyl, like just listening to music on vinyl.
Yeah, that's
Like
sick.
that's probably one of my biggest geek outs. Like I have it over there, like just shelves from like stuff from like 1940s and 1920s jazz up to like modern day death metal and deathcore and all on vinyl. I have Lord of the Rings on vinyl. Like it's just
Nice.
I love just throwing that on and painting some minis. Like it's just the best. It's
Hell
so
yeah.
calming.
It's funny. I do what I said growing up I would never do, like because my dad or stepdad, for that matter, used to listen to a lot of talk radio, and
Oh,
now that's talk radio's become podcasting,
yep.
and I just never thought I'd get into that, and that's like all I do now is throw on podcasts and like paint minis, or like even driving, I'm listening to podcasts, and I run all different sorts of podcasts. Like I'm all over the place,
Judgment
but
free zone, man. I
I mean,
I
I'm
get it.
still a big music guy. I love music, but I feel like 90% of what I'm listening to is podcasts these days.
Well, when I'm painting, I'll go on YouTube and I'll just throw on like mini wargaming battle reports, stuff like
Hmm.
that. Tabletop tactics, play 40K, like all that stuff. Like I'll even put on like other people's streams. Like I'll catch your guys' stream after the fact because, like I said, Friday night is wife night, so
Yeah.
I can't catch it on Fridays. But like on a Saturday, like if I like, so every Saturday I work from home for a little bit from
Hmm.
like working on drafting. That I can throw your guys' stream up on one screen while I'm working. So like I'm listening and kind of watching while doing my work. Like I get you on that, like 100%.
Yeah, definitely. No, it's awesome.
What are
Um,
you nerdy into besides the talkies?
I've been a massive Star Wars fan since I was a kid. So I delved into like the expanded universe, if you're familiar at all, like pre Disney.
Which
Uh,
yes, that I was gonna say. This is the important question: pre or
yeah,
post Disney?
I'm a huge pre Disney. I mean, look, do I hate everything post Disney? No,
No.
but I'm not a massive fan of it.
You know what? Then let me throw a name out at you, and your
Sure.
reaction to this will tell me all I need to know about your expanded lore.
Okay.
Timothy Zahn.
Oh hell yeah.
Okay, all right, we good. We good.
I could tell you. I'm pretty sure the first expanded universe novel I read was either Truce of Bakura or Courtship of Princess Leia. I forget which one it was, but then I read the Zahn series,
Yeah.
OG Admiral Thrawn, of course.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
but yeah, so there were so many novels I read that I said to myself, I would love if this was made into a movie, a TV show, or a video game, and they just never got there. They threw a lot of that shit out the window, and I was fucking pissed.
Yeah.
you know?
Listen, when episode 7 came out, I saw it a bunch. Like I went to the theaters a few times to see because it was seeing Star Wars in the theater again.
Yeah, exactly. I saw it, I think, two or
And I'm
three
like, there's
times
so much
myself.
potential for them to like really like break into that expanded universe, and then they just never did. And I was like, oh,
They rehashed the original trilogy in their own way, if you
yeah,
really do all the comparisons. But yeah,
that's a whole nother podcast.
yeah, exactly. I could talk Star Wars for hours.
But I'll tell you what,
Um,
here's one of my big nerd outs,
mhm.
tremendous nerd out, because I'm OG beta tester, alpha tester for it. World of Warcraft nerd.
Okay, I could definitely do a podcast on and on just WoW. Also, I've
I don't play it
wasted
anymore.
many hours of my life in WoW.
I was the top tank um player. I was let's see, I was a night elf warrior tank during
Uh-huh.
vanilla. And then once Burning Crusade came out, I was a blood elf pally tank
Okay.
after that. Basically until I stopped playing. Um Actually
What?
no, when Death Knights came out and they could tank his blood, I became a blood tank for a
Yeah.
while.
Okay. What guild were you in? Was it a known guild?
Oh god, I'm going back years now. But yes, it was a known guild. Like
Okay.
it was the top guild on the server, and
Yeah.
and they used to whore me out all the time where like, oh well, we're running it this week. He really can't make it, but he's fully geared anyway.
Hmm.
Like if you want him to like go to your raid on Thursday night instead of ours on Wednesday,
Yeah,
you can, give us 10,000 gold and he'll run.
that's funny.
I mean, but listen, the other side of that was anytime a new raid came out, I was geared first before anybody else
Yeah, you were the
because I
main
was
tank,
making them
so
gold and materials and
exactly.
I was their main tank. So
Hmm.
I used to love World of Warcraft
Oh
beyond
hell
belief.
yeah! I
I
mean,
think Cataclysm, Legion, I think after Legion is when I really stopped playing.
What was the expansion prior to Mist of Pandaria?
Cataclysm.
That's the last one I played.
Yeah. Oh, dude, I went back to classic WoW
Oh, you did?
when it came out,
Okay.
and I played up through Cataclysm, and it got to the point where like I go to work at 4 in the morning.
Mhm.
I was playing till like 1 in the morning. I was like, I have.
This is
I
not
literally,
good.
I reached out to the guild and I was like, "Hey guys, I know I'm your main tank. I have to quit.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
this is terrible. Like I'm falling asleep behind the wheel. Like I can't. Like I
Mhm.
literally had to delete it.
Yeah. I
But
started playing pretty much like college era.
mhm.
And, I had my roommate would play, the guys down the hall would play, we were all in a guild together. It was fun. Like, I was more of a casual raider. Like, we did do raids, but like I wasn't like every weekend, every set, whatever day it was. And also I wasn't super geared, so like I couldn't get in every raid. I
Oh no, I
wasn't
was hardcore.
my MMO experience in general was I would love to like max out the character for like the role playing or like the story and like do the dungeons, do the raids or whatever. But like then I'd want to immediately roll another character and start again. And like
Yeah.
I had so many alts. I was like known as the alt guy. I would have like 10 different characters. You know what I mean?
Yeah. What do we need
Um,
for this? What do we need for this dungeon? I don't
yeah,
know. Ask Chris. He's got everything.
exactly. Yeah, I used to at one point like towards the end I used to have both. I think I was running a pally healer, and I think I had a pretty decked out warlock. So like I was doing some good damage.
Yeah.
But yeah, it just became way too much. Like MMOs in general, like I just don't have the time to commit anymore.
Right.
Because
Well,
if I stuck with it, I would 100% still be playing like either WoW or something else.
oh yeah. Listen, I was a hardcore Arthas fan in World of Warcraft 3. Not World of Warcraft 3.
Yeah,
His whole story, I actually have a limited edition signed book by the author, like special release of the Arthas novel. Like I love
I
his
read the
story, I
Arthas
love the
novel. Yeah.
character.
Hmm.
And I played up through Burning Crusade, maxed out on Burning Crusade. And I was like, you know what? I'm like, I'm not really doing anything other than just repeating these raids. Like, I'm good. I'm just gonna bow out for a bit.
Yeah.
And I got a text message from my friend Adam like 6 months later. And Adam, who's in my D&D group,
Hmm.
he goes, dude, I just sent you an email. Go look at it.
Yeah.
This before we really had like crazy smartphones.
Hmm.
So I go to my email and I open it up. And of course, it's the trailer for Wrath of the Lich King. And I was like, and I'm back.
I have
And
to
I
admit,
played.
Blizzard made some dope cinematic trailers.
Oh, for sure. But even the gameplay itself in that expansion, everything that was in it was so good
Yeah.
that I was dating my wife at the time.
Hmm.
That I was like, yeah, on Tuesdays and Thursdays I can't hang out. I'm raiding.
Yeah.
And that's the great
Nerd.
thing. That's the great thing about my wife is when it comes to nerddom, we're complete opposites. Like she has no interest in any of this stuff.
Same, same. The only thing my wife got into that I'm very happy about is Game of Thrones. She did
No,
get
my wife
into
won't
it.
even watch it. Won't
Really?
even watch an
Really?
episode. Like no, she has fallen in love with Star Wars. So
Okay.
like
My
not
wife's
to
not there yet.
extreme, but like we're watching like Mandalorian together, like
Yeah,
stuff like
yeah,
that.
yeah. That's cool.
She watches Supernatural with me, stuff
Okay.
like she got into some of my nerdiness, but not a lot.
Yeah,
When it
yeah.
comes to like the gaming stuff, that's the best thing I have to say that she's very understanding about it. Like just,
Hmm.
hey babe, I just want to go down and play some StarCraft tonight. Okay, babe, have fun. I'm like, for watching my shows. Let me know if you need anything. Like
That's what my wife's
it's so
doing right
cool.
now. She's watching one of her reality shows. I know. I can
She's
kind of
watching
hear it in the
reality shows right now
background.
too. Does your wife like wine?
No, my wife doesn't really drink too much. Neither do I these days. But she used to. She used to dabble.
Because my wife likes wine and watching her shows.
Okay. Pour a glass of
But
wine and just vibe out and chill.
no, that's the thing. She's so chill and like, and because we both are so busy with like 9 to 5 work,
Mhm.
that at night neither of us really want to do much, especially with the kids and everything. That's just like, okay, the kids are in bed.
Yeah.
Let's just have a glass of wine and watch some TV.
Yeah.
Which
Yeah, if I wasn't doing this, we'd probably be watching something right now. We just got into
yeah,
the very morbid Ed Gein story on Netflix.
she loves those. I can't watch those documentaries. I
you're,
just
you're not a true crime
true
guy?
crime,
Or,
no.
yeah.
I barely watch TV to be honest. But we used to watch a talk show called The Chew back in the day.
Oh, yeah, yeah. I'm
You're
familiar.
familiar with Michael Simon, Carl
Yep.
Hall? Yeah.
Hmm.
They just started doing their own quote unquote podcast / YouTube show called Chewed Up,
Okay, cool.
where it's basically The Chew, but on
Yeah.
YouTube.
Nice. So they
And
brought
it's
it back.
Michael Simon, Carla, and Clinton.
Yeah.
And so we watch that because it's great.
Nice. Nice.
But other than that, I watch the Chicago's on Wednesday, and that's really it. I don't watch TV.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
feel like
These
you
days,
should be
I feel like I have time like during work / like before work to watch my own shows, but like me and my wife usually try to stick to one or two things at a time because that's all we have time for. I
bro. I
feel like
feel
now
that.
that the kid's getting a little bit older, she's a little harder to get to sleep. So, usually I'd say on average now it's like a 8:30, 9 o'clock kind of bedtime, and by then we're shot.
Yeah, we're 8:30 bedtime with the older boy.
Yeah, yeah.
He's 6 now, but he's good though, man. I knock on wood, both my kids since they were born, excellent sleepers.
Nice. Yeah, once
Like
my daughter is asleep, she's good, but it's getting there. That's the issue.
we had that issue with him for a bit at around 5.5 too.
Yeah, yeah.
But now it's like I couldn't leave the room. Like, oh, Dad,
That's where
don't
we're
go.
at.
I
Yeah.
love you, Dad. Don't leave me. And it's
Yeah.
like, oh my god. But now it's like, hey, bud, I'm gonna roll out. I got to go do something with your mom. Like, we're gonna go watch a show. I'll see you tomorrow. Okay, good night, Dad. Love you. And like rolls over.
Yeah, that's what we're trying to get to.
You'll get there. It happens.
Yeah, yeah.
And then eventually they want nothing to do with you.
Yeah.
And then your heart just crumbles.
Yeah, and then you're depressed. Hopefully it'll be a while till that happens, but we'll
yeah.
see.
No, for sure.
She actually just sidebar, so she's in kindergarten now, and it's a big routine change for us, like picking her up from school and stuff. Yeah. And I remember, like, my wife is always bugging me. She's like, when I go to pick her up, she's like, send me pictures. So like, it's the same thing. Like, what do you need a picture of today of? Like,
yeah.
But I humor her, and I tried taking a picture of my daughter like a week ago or so, and she literally said to me, "Daddy, don't do that. It's embarrassing."
Yeah.
And I was
there
like,
you go.
"You're 5. What do you know about embarrassment?" Like,
I don't know, but I know this is it.
yeah. So I wasn't allowed to take a picture with all her friends like running around. I was like, "All right, fine."
Oh, you're hitting that stage already, brother.
Yeah. Kids crack me up, man.
But listen, man. Last thing I want to say to you before we wind down here is
Yeah.
keep doing what you guys are doing. It seems like you guys are having a lot of fun, and that's what it's all
hell
about.
yeah.
So I'm really happy for you guys. It was really cool meeting you guys last year, and I hope to see you again this year.
No, definitely. We'll definitely be there. What was I going to say? So before we completely wrap it up, if you could just tell everybody, where to find you, what you got going on currently, that kind of stuff.
At team_Drews_basement on Instagram. On Instagram, I have my link tree so you can see everything, my merch, my Twitch, my videos I've done on YouTube, my painting sponsor, Dracoya.com, only Drews 10 if you want to get Chimera paint cheaper, plus brushes if you're looking for brushes.
There you go.
I don't get a kickback from them, by the way. I've actually specifically declined it because she just became the U.S. distributor for them.
Oh, nice.
Because they're based in Italy.
Mm-hmm.
And I specifically said, hey, listen, until you get your feet off the ground and you get the ball rolling, I'm like, don't worry about giving me any kind of kickback. Like, just let people use my code.
Yeah,
and she was like, totally cool. So when I tell everybody, like, I really love these paints and brushes, like, it's
you
legit.
really mean it, yeah.
Yeah, like I really, really love them. They're really great.
Yeah.
But in terms of what I got going on, I'm going to be at Long Island Tabletop this year, March 6th and 7th, which I believe is the Saturday, Sunday, if not 7th, 8th, which is Saturday, Sunday, whatever the numbers are.
Yeah.
I'll be running on the Weather Dragon table, which is a sight to behold all in itself.
I can attest to that.
I'm going to have the Plague Throne line live and physically available at Long Island Tabletop, including miniatures, the rule book. The rule book will be available free online for everybody. But if you want a physical hardcover copy like I like to hold, that'll be available there because there's going to be like a 200-page rule expansion for Super Dungeon.
Mm-hmm.
All the miniatures, it's 20+ miniatures, all chibi anime style, all the way up to like a massive undead dragon that's like a 4-inch by 4-inch base, highly detailed. I'm going to Mini Wargaming next week to film with them for the 3rd time, bringing my pops this time, and we're going to be allies, which is going to be really cool.
Awesome.
And I'm working on a bunch of original RPGs that are just, like they're going. I'm not putting pressure on myself on any kind of release date for those, but I'm working on them.
Yeah.
And we discussed them earlier in the show what they are, so I won't go over it again. But basically, got horror, sci-fi, and old school D&D style. And I mean I'm always doing something. So
a busy man.
I'm nonstop to the point that I think in the past month, my wife one, two, three, and at least 4 or 5 of my friends are like, "Bro, like you need to learn how to stop. Like you need to sit down." They're like, "It's probably gonna affect your health soon." Like the fact that you literally don't rest or relax.
I'm
So
kind of the same way myself. Like I don't have as much going on as you do. I can definitely say that, but I'm like the guy that's just like I'm always doing something. I'm like always on the run. Like like I like to be
well,
involved in a lot of things.
yeah, and that's the thing too. Like I'm also I'm not a helicopter dad, but I'm a very involved dad. Where
That's
like
awesome.
I don't do any of this stuff until both those kids are in bed.
Oh yeah, yeah,
Like I
definitely.
don't like on a weekend, I don't like, all right, honey, go watch the kids. I want to go downstairs and paint or work on no, like
No, yeah,
until they're in bed.
my time is like, I work from home half the time, so I'm able to do a little bit of this stuff,
Ooh, that's nice.
and also, you know, when the kid's asleep, if I'm not gonna want, watching a show with the wife, then I'm doing stuff like this. So,
Yeah. So
and that's why I have such a backlog of stuff I have to paint.
Wozniak will be at Long Island Tabletop.
Nice, nice.
Yeah, I can't, if I can lift it up a little, you can see more of the logo.
That's sick.
Yeah, that will actually be one of the table covers. It has like a lot of artwork on it.
Hmm.
Let's see, I published author for manga. I'm always doing artwork. So I have 1,000 things going on. So if anyone ever wants to talk about anything nerdy, I'm probably doing it, and I can always welcome to share my advice. So
Yeah, dude, thank you so much. Was
thanks for having me.
very much looking forward to this conversation. It was a great conversation in general, and
Thank you. I
hope to
agree. I
keep in
had fun.
touch. And we want to definitely try to link up with you at the convention.
Hell yeah, man. Oh, I do have one question for you then, since you were just recently a DM
Yes.
before we go, and
Hmm.
maybe I can embarrass you.
Oh, sure.
Uh, have you delved into voices, and are there any you want to do right now?
Right now.
Like any
Yes,
wild
yes,
voices?
I definitely have delved into voices.
Yes.
I'm not gonna lie. So like, I embrace my nerdiness. Like,
Yeah.
I have a lot of like what I call my old school group of friends that is like not into this at all. Like they've been super supportive. Like they've hopped into streams. I've thrown shout outs to them, like inside jokes into some of the episodes.
Yeah.
But like, they're not into this, and I don't really talk about this stuff around them. And also, I feel like when I do these voices. I get like a little tinge of self consciousness,
Yeah. Yeah. Hell
But
yeah.
I fully embrace it. Like we had a blast with some of these voices. Like I played in Austin's campaign. I played a tiefling warlock named Falendil Nevra, and he
Ooh,
was
accents.
he was a womanizing fiend.
I
he
love it.
was he was like very stuck up and very like full of himself, and he showed it, so I always had
Awesome.
that like high pitched like British accent, and I hope I didn't offend any British people that may have seen it,
No.
but yeah,
Yeah.
I definitely do voices. I like it because it definitely immerses the players more.
Yeah.
uh if you're gonna have the same monotone crap like for every little NPC, it's not gonna be interesting.
Exactly. No, I'm so happy that you're doing it, because I was going to tell you, if you ever wanted to do it, that's probably the one thing I actually took out of Critical Role, because
Hmm.
I don't no, I don't want to be them. I don't want to be like them. Like I just want to do my own thing.
Yeah.
But when I watched it for the first time, I was watching Matt Mercer do all these voices, and I was like, this dude has how many hundreds of thousands of people watching this, and he's willing to just do all these nerdy voices. Like, why don't I just do them? Like, I'm doing it for my friends.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I started doing it,
Hmm.
and like they were all like, "What?" And it really changed everything. And then and like I said last year at Long Island Tabletop, the big moment of the entire weekend was when I did the 7 languages for
Yeah,
the
that sounds
Celestial.
sick.
I did 7 different voices too.
Yeah, I wish I could have heard that or seen that. That's sick.
Oh, listen, if you get one of my games this year, the voices will be there. So come on through.
Yeah, I'm gonna try. I'm gonna try.
Oh yeah, listen, if you can, you can. Just swing by either way and say hi. I'll be happy to give you a hug.
No, no, definitely, definitely. Um, yeah, thank you again, and
Absolutely.
best of luck with all your projects. And we hope to keep in touch and talk to you soon.
Absolutely. Thank you, sir. Thanks for
All
having me. I
right.
had a blast.
Have a good evening.
Peace.
Thank you for tuning in, everybody, and stay tuned for our next campaign announcement very soon. I don't know when Mike's going to decide to drop the announcement, but our next live stream campaign will be announced very soon. So have a good evening, everybody. Later.